Hello traders, Zigzag Man here, and today we're going to do some technical analysis of the daily and weekly charts of Bitzio Incorporated, ticker symbol BTZO. It trades on the OTCQB marketplace, which is the second highest tier of the OTC market, and that means this company must file all SEC filings and in a timely manner. Now, the company website is Bitzio.com. This company is in the booming sector of smartphone applications. You can find out everything this company does at this link. And to find out more about the stock, I go to the company info page on the OTCmarkets.com site. Now, the share structure is in the latest 10Q quarterly report put out on August the 15th, which was last Monday. It posted on the 16th. Here's a link to go to this SEC filing, this quarterly report. And here is the section in the filing about the share structure. There are 75 million shares authorized, 33.75 million outstanding, and 33 million shares in the float. So for a stock that's trading at 38 cents, this is a very reasonable and a low float. Now, this stock doesn't trade a whole lot of volume. Here's a daily chart, just a quick look. You know, it only had 17,350 last Friday, but you know, if we could get 200,000 or even more, 250, 300,000 on any given day, there's a real good chance it could head on up to, you know, the 60-cent range if it can break through resistance at 51 and 55. Now, it was up 5.56% on Friday. And on the weekly chart, this was the first green week out of the last 5. And it's holding, you know, it hasn't gone down to touch the lower Bollinger Band. You know, it's holding pretty steady here, right in the middle area. Now, let's do a blow up of the daily chart with all of the indicators on it. Okay. Got a couple of question marks here on these two spikes. This spike up, I don't know if that was just an odd Fat Finger Freddy trade at the open. It actually opened here this day, spiked up, went down. So that might have been some real trading. It was a very low volume day though. And then there came some real big volume on the upswing here. Now, this day it opened at 10.5 cents. And closed up in the 35, 38, looks almost like 40-cent close there. So that was kind of an odd day on volume. Basically, it closed unchanged that day because the previous close was right here. So it's pulled back a little since then, had a nice bounce. Now, resistance is now trading at 38 cents. Next resistance is at 40 cents, 42, 50, and then 55, and then the next resistance I see would be up here at 75 at the open that day, and after that there's nothing. So it's blue sky territory after 55 cents and especially after 75. But let's get through this resistance here in the low 40s and then 50 and 55, and that would be a breakout into blue sky territory. Support at 30 cents must hold for this to remain bullish. Now, the stock is trading above the 100 and 200 day moving averages. These are simple moving averages. And this says the stock is in a long-term uptrend. And as you can see, that shows up in this chart too, because it was trading at 8, 9 cents, 14, 23, 28, 34. I'm not going to count that 10 there. So it's steadily higher lows and higher highs. So, you know, this is a year-to-date chart. It's definitely higher than it was back here at the beginning of the year. Okay, so it's in a, that's why it's trading above the 100 and 200 moving averages. Okay, and it closed, you know, and the 5 moving average is about to cross up through the 15 here, which would be very bullish. Resistance could be found here at 49 cents also, after breaking 40 and 42 at the upper Bollinger Band. But if it breaks above that, then we're looking at 50, 55, and then blue sky. I like the fact that volume has been increasing since mid-July. There was just a real lull right in this period, not much trading, if any at all. And since August, volume has picked up dramatically. Okay, especially on this day when it went up. That's what you want to see. When it bottomed here, these 2 days, pretty good volume here. Okay, money indicators. I use 3 of them. Chaikin money flow is in a long-term uptrend. Now this is a 2-month chart because I wanted to get rid of that Fat Finger Freddy, the high one, so we could read it better. On balance volume also at a 2-month high. Accumulation distribution is also at a 2-month high. So the money indicators are all very, very bullish right here. It shows the stock is under accumulation. Now the RSI hit oversold at 30 and bounced nicely. It's forming a nice uptrend here. The 50 line is always kind of a sign of below it is kind of bearish and above it is bullish. So a break above the 50 line of the RSI would be bullish. The CCI is neutral. Stochastics is, I say, getting toppy, but it's not really toppy until it's above 80, 85, 90. They can go to 100 before becoming totally overbought, so I'm not going to worry about stochastics. This is orange, not red. Caution, not stop. Now the MACD histogram, these red bars are up ticking nicely, and I call these the headlights around the corner because they can show what is about to happen. And the blue fast line is actually under the red slow line of the MACD, and that's somewhat bearish, but a cross of the blue line above the red line would definitely be bullish, and at that point the histogram would be turning from pink to red, pink to blue. The DIs of the ADX are, you know, the red one, the DI minus is above the DI plus, and they are diverging, so that's a bearish divergence. You do not want to see the DI minus cross up through the black ADX there. So a kiss off of that like it did right here and then a drop down would be nice. We want to see these DIs start converging, coming together, pinching together for this to be bullish. Now on the weekly chart, it was up 8.57% last week, which was, as I mentioned, the first up week in the out of the last 5. Okay, it is again trading above the 200 moving average, or excuse me, that's the 100. So that's a level of support. The 50's right under it. So the 50 crossing, the green 50 crossing up through the purple 100 would be very bullish. Again, the upper Bollinger Band is at 52. That could be resistance along with the 55 here. So there's going to be some resistance at 55 and a break above that. It's just clear blue skies ahead. No real, except for this spike that, you know, if there was the candle was taller red, the body was taller red up here, that would be a level of resistance. But since it opened that day and closed down there, this candle is just a spike, and I don't count them. Again, the volume has been increasing on average for the past 5 weeks. The 3 money indicators, we've got Chaikin money flow in a long-term uptrend. Same thing with on-balance volume and accumulation distribution. Now the RSI is above the 50 line, so that's bullish at a reading of 54.32. It's starting to uptick again, and as long as it stays above the 50 line, the RSI will remain bullish. The CCI is neutral, running flat. Across above the 0 line would be bullish, but it's holding steady here. So it's neither overbought or oversold, but stochastics is totally oversold with a reading of 14.15, and it looks like the fast line is above the slow line, so that's a bullish crossover. A break above 20 coming out of oversold conditions on the weekly stochastics would be bullish. Now I'm a little concerned about the MACD because we have a double bearish crossover here. We have the fast line crossing down through the slow line and the histogram bars turning from blue to pink. Now the ADX is also, it's basically fairly neutral, with the ADX running flat, and it's neutral because the DI plus is going down, but so is the DI minus. So take a good look at BTZO. I think it may be getting some attention over the weekend. I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on this one. Volume might increase, and as I mentioned, my initial price target is 50 cents. 49, break the resistance here at the upper Bollinger Band at 50 and 55, and we've got blue sky territory all the way up to 75 cents. So radar BTZO for next week. And I want to wish you all happy trading and good luck.